This will be the most important hire that I make this year. Just in the last couple of months, my law firm has grown from 1 to 7 people, and we're looking to add more over the coming year. And there are going to be a number of people joining the team, but this one is going to take the cake for most important. And that's not to say that all the other roles aren't important themselves. It's just that this one is going to carry a lot of weight, and that is the managing attorney for our Houston office. Right now, that managing attorney is myself, and that is going to pose some serious limitations as the team grows. It already kind of is, because I have to focus on all sorts of things with running the business itself. There are plenty of things that go beyond just the legal department. We have marketing, intake, recruiting, and plenty of other things that aren't just all about billing hours and running that team, which really is the lifeblood of the law firm. But in order to support that central part of the law firm, which is billing hours, you need all these other things, at least if you're trying to get to some scale. And I just can't run all of those things effectively after a certain point, so it makes sense to bring in more experienced team members. Now, as for this position, the managing attorney, this is going to be the person who is in charge of running the entire attorney team, at least for the Houston office, which is really where all of our business is coming from. We have some business in Illinois as well, and in the far future, I would envision having a managing attorney for a Chicago office, or something to that effect. Our managing attorney is going to be the person who's ultimately responsible for the core product of our law firm, which is legal services. They'll be responsible for making sure that things are delegated properly among the attorneys and paralegals and support staff in the legal department itself, making sure that matters are being taken care of in a timely manner and effectively so that clients are satisfied. And they should be a mentor and a leader for that department as we move forward. I'm trying to get to the point where we have many attorneys on the team, and while I could definitely supervise a couple of attorneys or even a few attorneys, once you get past that, I'm really not going to have time for much of anything else. Because, like I mentioned earlier, I'll be managing all sorts of other things, so whatever time I'd be spending just delegating tasks between all the attorneys and taking a look at the work product and making sure that it all looks all right, I won't be spending towards all the other things that the law firm could really use to push it forward and all those other areas. And I'm also not that seasoned of an attorney. I have a few years of experience, and it's been good experience, but very limited on the actual law firm management side. That's really just been in this last year. And I've seen how other law offices work, so that's been very valuable experience as well. But I'd rather have someone in there who really does have a lot of great experience with managing other attorneys, with delegating things effectively, and with actually running a legal team. It'd be really helpful to have someone with that kind of experience there, so then I don't have to learn on the job in figuring out how to move forward there. In an ideal scenario, this managing attorney will also have their own book of business, which should help offset some of the initial costs of bringing them on, because they'd actually have their own business to work from. Plus, it'd be a nice vote of confidence if they have clients that are willing to transfer with them. That means that they probably do a really great job, and I'd want a very solid attorney to lead this role. And to incentivize an attorney like that to join the firm, I'd have to offer some sort of compensation package that includes some sort of performance-based pay based on the entire output of the Houston office or whatever office they're managing, so that there's some sort of reward aligned with being a high production office. But besides just unlocking a lot more leverage by having someone else's expertise and time to utilize, another very large impact of this position and of this specific hire will be the cultural impact on the firm. If we get this hire right, it should have a positive impact on the culture of the law firm. And if it's not good, then of course it won't be such a good impact. And that could really cause some problems down the line with the whole rest of the team. So we got to be very careful here, because this would be a firm leader. This ideally would be someone that people would look up to and would respect, not just because they're told to respect them, but because they actually want to. And if we can find someone like that, that would be an excellent result and would help to drive things forward, because there'd be trust between the team members. There'd be trust in this managing attorney to keep pushing things forward and keep putting people in a good position. And that's probably going to be the hardest thing to get right with this hire. But once this hire is made, as long as things are going pretty well, it would unlock a lot of my time. It would allow me to get out of a lot of client billable matters. So I wouldn't actually be the one doing the actual billing or supervising the billing of someone else. I would actually just be able to manage the manager at that point and just make sure that they are pushing things forward in a way that's appropriate for our goals and in a way that makes sense given the culture and talent that we have. And then I could get back to focusing on getting more business for the firm that would now be able to be processed effectively by the team that the manager is running. And it wouldn't just be running the team, it would also be building the team as we move along. And that's why it's even more important that we pick someone who's really aligned with whatever our goals are and our culture, because if not, they're going to be the one who is hiring people. And if that culture doesn't mesh well with the rest of the team, that's not going to be good. But I'm very excited to make this hire in the next few months because I think it's going to be a major catalyst for growing the firm over the next few years. We'll see how it goes. If you like this video, definitely subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.